Okay. It's Thursday, so I guess we got to tell you who we think's going to win the dang game. Plus some locks on the Locked On Bulldogs podcast.
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome back. This is Locked On Bulldogs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every single day. He is Daniel. I am Clint. This is Locked On Bulldogs. We are glad that you are here. The everydayers, the loyal first segment, second segment, and third segment listeners that listen all the way through. Make us your first listen. You guys are great. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel.com, the official sports book of all these locks. FanDuel.com. More on them in a second.
Sure.
It is, in fact, getting to that time, Daniel. We are so close.
The nausea has set in.
If you aren't nervous, you don't have a pulse. If you're out here guaranteeing all manner of stuff on Twitter and on Spaces, just don't involve me. Don't tag me. Don't bring me into it.
Mention me. Don't try to get my support, because I do not support.
I don't support it. No, because I am looking for anything that could be a receptacle, and I will make many things a receptacle. We're talking about locks. We're giving our game prediction. Daniel, you and I are on this podcast, and we're talking a whole heck of a lot about how we actually anticipate. Let's just do we give out the harsh first, or do we build our way into it? Do we get some dinner first, or what should we do?
Okay. Well, you operate however you want. I mean, you're out there in freaking wine country just enjoying yourself. Like, you're just out there and, like, I mean, this is how some of us enjoy game week differently than others. But if you're watching on YouTube, Clint's got a charcuterie board right over to the side. Gurf, you wouldn't believe
the space that I have out here, my man. There is not a craft single for miles.
All right, I'm gonna cut right to it.
Please do.
I do not think Georgia's going to win this game. And if that comes as a surprise to you, then you have not been watching the show.
No,
like, you've not been paying attention, because I am not saying that this week. I've been saying that for weeks and weeks. I said that in the off season. So whatever. If Alabama fan thinks that I'm just posturing or I'm just emotionally hedging, I genuinely believe that Georgia's not going to win this game. Nothing this week has changed my mind. Nothing that I've seen this season from either team has changed my mind. I think Georgia's going to win this game. If I had to handicap this game or these two teams, I actually think on a neutral field, Georgia-Alabama is a pick'em. I actually think that Georgia-Alabama on a neutral field is probably a pretty even matchup. I don't think Alabama's significantly better than Georgia. I don't even think they're better than Georgia. I think on a neutral field, that game could go either way. I think, but based on that, if the game's in Tuscaloosa, I kind of have to lean towards Alabama. I certainly don't lean towards Alabama strongly enough to wager on it. I do have a lock in the game. It's on the under. I referenced it on Tuesday. The under's at 48.5 right now. You might be saying to yourself, but Daniel, 49 is a key number. That's how sevens work. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42.
Thank you for the math lesson.
49. Well, Alabama fans are listening, so I did want to count the sevens there for them quickly.
Yes.
49 is a key number, but don't mistake. There ain't going to be a lot of sevens scored in this game. You understand?
No.
There are going to be a lot of threes scored in this game, my man. A lot of threes going to be scored by both teams, I believe. So 48.5 is fine with me. I think absolutely we could see like a 24-21 type game. We could see like a 23-24 type game. Like, I think it's going to be close. We could see a 17-20 type game. That wouldn't surprise me one bit. I do like the under. I can talk about what gives me hope that Georgia could pull the upset, but I am officially predicting that Georgia is going to lose. Where are you at?
We're losing this game.
Okay.
I just losing the game. I'll give you my
podcast. We'll see you.
We'll see y'all. No, stick around. We got more to talk about. It's gonna be 16-13. It's gonna be somewhere in that ballpark. Ugly game. If you don't understand that Kirby Smart, think of the championship game first half. Daniel, remember the first half of that game?
Mm-hmm.
Now duplicate that. That's what it's going to be in the first half. So you can get any under on the first half. You can find any action on that.
Oh, I can find it on FanDuel Sportsbook right now.
Go get it.
And excuse me while I make my way there.
Make your way there. Get the under first half. That's my first lock. Lock upon lock upon lock. Mm-hmm. It is the first half under. It's gonna be 6-3, maybe 7-3 at half. Okay.
Half total is 24.5, Clint.
Hammer it.
The under. We're taking the under.
We take it under first half. That I feel supremely confident about that. It might end up being that in the fourth quarter, maybe some goofy things happen, and maybe it gets 27-23 to get that 50. Maybe, but certainly not the first half. I could see a repeat of the championship game. It is in Tuscaloosa. I predict us losing. I predict us losing a close one, a tightly held account. I think the defenses shine out in this game. Rumors of we're going to talk about nervous, excited, don't sleep on tomorrow. So just nervous.
Yeah, I was the first and third segments tomorrow will not exist.
Yeah,
we'll have 3 second segments.
Correct. I think that if you look at practice reports and things coming out, we can talk about intensity. Kirby Smart saying the guys are exactly where they're at. Offensive line grinding. People saying the right things. Malachi starts getting asked about what Milroe said about Georgia quitting. All of that might be true. But you don't walk into Tuscaloosa as a favorite. Just what are we doing? My official prediction is 16-13.
I just don't know that you could look at the Georgia offense this year and think that we're a favorite. I don't see it. The Georgia defense is very good. The Georgia offense has been subpar. All right, we're going to, like Clint said, we come back tomorrow and we will give you all of our reasons for optimism, all our reasons for concern, and all the things that we think are flying under the radar. That's the purpose of the episode tomorrow. We're going to dump it all out there. Everything that we want to get out in the open before the game, it's all just going to get dumped on tomorrow's episode. We'll be right back after this to make you some money. If you're a Georgia fan, your day's not going to be good on Saturday.
No.
But you might as well profit off of it. And that's what we're here to do right after this.
But first, I want you to know about FanDuel. FanDuel.com, the official sports book of Locked On Bulldogs and Locked On Podcasts. Over your team every single day. FanDuel is where you need to go to make these bets today, right now. Get over there. FanDuel has this incredible thing going on right now, Daniel. They're the official people that we trust and we go to. But right now, we're going to give you $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. You make a $5 bet, you get $200 in bonus bets straight to you, which is fantastic, Daniel. I don't know why people aren't doing this right now as they're hearing us talk. Go to FanDuel.com, the official sportsbook of Locked On Bulldogs, the only place Daniel and I trust to make these bets that we're giving out today. FanDuel.com, make every moment more. Daniel, the people are expecting locks. You have some. We've already given out 2. You're taking the total under. I'm taking the first half under. Yep. We're not taking the spread because I think it could be a 1.2 point game, something like that. So just stay away. And I'm not touching that, but I am touching the under all day long. Daniel, what else do you got for the people? How many locks you got? I'm
sitting on 6. I'm sitting on a 6-pack. We're going to spray the board a little bit this week.
Shotgun approach. Then get after it.
Hey, listen, we got above 500.
Yep.
Okay. And so now we're gonna stretch our legs a little bit.
Do you got any Thursday or Friday action?
I do have a Friday. I do have a Friday play. Let me give you the theme of the week as I get into my Friday play. Okay.
Go for it. Please.
The theme of the week is going to be until proven otherwise. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, we have some data points now.
Why not just keep it rolling?
So until you prove me wrong, I'm willing to take a loss if you prove me wrong.
Yep.
But until proven otherwise, Rutgers looks like a pretty good football team.
They do.
And Washington got to go all the way across the country from Seattle to New Jersey. Are you kidding me? And play the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. I like the run game for Rutgers. I like their ability to slow the ball down. And I just don't trust the Washington Huskies. I don't think they're a very good football team this year. I'm going to lay 2.5, less than a field goal at home on Friday night with Rutgers. This is a fun game. I'm actually pretty excited about this Friday night game.
Washington lost a bunch of talent. I think they've had a bunch of breaks go their way early in the season. Daniel, I was asking if you had a Friday one, because if you not, I was going to comment on this one. This is the game I had circled. The Miami game, by the way, here's a lean for Miami VTech. Over in that game.
Interesting.
That's I know. Normally, I'm a big fan of the unders. I think 54.5. I think VTech is not the team we thought they were. Miami and Cam Ward don't know how to stop. So my lean over there is the over. But take the Scarlet Knights. Just take them.
Love the Scarlet
Enjoy
Knights.
it. We're in unison
until
there.
proven
Daniel,
otherwise.
That's
Where
exactly
do you want
right.
to go next?
I'm going to go until proven otherwise one more time, Daniel. Look, this might be recency bias because we just played them.
It's Alabama week. You're allowed. Okay. We're not thinking clearly.
I don't know how much we should be trusted with anything this week, if I could be perfectly honest.
No.
But, Ole Miss Rebels got a ball club going on. They got a squad that can do some things. They are touting how many yards they get and how much rushing they've allowed and how stout they are, yada, yada, yada. Let me tell you
this. I
don't
want any part of this game. I'm fascinated here. I don't want any part of it.
Ole Miss. Look, I'm not talking the spread. The 17.5 seems ridiculous to me, if I'm being honest, Daniel.
Seems like Vegas is begging you to bet Kentucky.
They are begging you to
bet Kentucky.
That's what it seems like. I'm not. You have tall buildings. I'm not taking it, so I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. But at the same time, Daniel, I really like the under in this game for how these two teams are composed. I know Kentucky is going, or Kentucky doesn't have much of an offense.
No, Ole Miss got a good defense.
Ole Miss got a good defense. Kentucky has a third best SEC defense, Daniel, by metrics and expected plays and expected yards per play. Kentucky got a stout defense. I think we talked about how chaotic they were even before we played them. We think they're good. Ole Miss got a good thing going. The total is 53.5. I'm taking the under on that. I think this game could be 23-15, 23-16, somewhere in that. Puts me well below that. It could be 20-23, something like that. Take the under in this game. That's my second lock. Where do you want to go next?
I'm going to go to a team that, until proven otherwise, I'm going to assume has bounced back and they're pretty good.
Here we go. Let's go.
It's the Navy midshipmen. I mean, listen, Navy went into Memphis last week and just blew the doors off of them. Like, punched them right in the mouth.
They did.
Navy's got a new offense. They got a new coaching staff. And I actually really like their offensive coordinator hire. I think they're using their personnel well. If you're not paying attention, both Army and Navy are really fun to watch this year, which is really, it's really fun for college football.
That week's going to be awesome at the end of the year.
Navy goes into UAB. And do I like laying points with a service academy on the road? I do not. I don't like that.
That's bad.
Do I like it when it's 3 plus the hook? No, I like it even less. But I'm going to go ahead and lay them with Navy because until proven otherwise, I think this team's really good. And I think UAB is not very good. I know their coaching staff is not very good. And so Navy -3.5 against UAB.
I like it, Daniel. I'm going to go off the beaten path. This is the first time I've ever bet on this team. The first time I ever bet on either of these teams in this game. First
We're
time
trying new things.
We are trying. Alabama week. This is the last one before we go break. Texas State Bobcats, Daniel, have a thing or two going. I don't know if you've paid attention. Texas State Bobcats have a lot of juice happening in their stadium right now. They beat UTSA by 39. They held Arizona State to a wild fourth quarter.
Yep.
I really like them. And they're going against Sam Houston. Sam Houston is not the same club as Texas. That quarterback they got transferring in and a whole bunch of other dudes. Coach knows what he's doing. He's good. He's great. They're given 8. That's a lot of points. It's on the road. I get it, but I don't think it's enough points. Give me the Bobcats given 8 to Sam Houston. I'll take it all day long, Daniel.
Yeah. We got lots more locks coming up, but first these.
And these are, in fact, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is fantastic. Daniel, you and I love them. We love them so much that you need to get on it. Here's how it works. Prize Picks, #1 daily fantasy sports app with 5 million active members. It's easy, most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. All you got to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 players, and their stats projected to watch the winning roll in. Want to play Prize Picks alongside Drusky, Joe Budden, and MMA champ Suga Sean O'Malley? You can find community plays under the promos tab of the app to view entries for some of the biggest names in the Prize Picks community each and every week. Prize Picks is the best way to get action in sports in most states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. Maybe a lot of you need to go that. Yeah. We love them. We've done it a whole bunch of times. It's very easy. Go in there, you select it, you say over, under, what their projections. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use promo code Locked On College. Get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's Locked On College promo on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. Is guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game.
All right, Clint. Let's see. Where am I going to go? I'm going to go out to California. Let's go to Southern California. Let's bet on the USC Trojans. Wisconsin's coming to town, and USC's coming off a really tough loss at the Big House on Saturday. Thought they had that game won. Broken tackle in the secondary, and all of a sudden they didn't have the game won. Wisconsin's bad. Alabama fans, you're watching. You know. Wisconsin's bad. Don't act like you're good. They're bad. They also have their backup quarterback. That's bad. Lincoln Riley, Miller Moss, and USC are going to have a bad taste in their mouth. They still have a lot to play for. Remember, they still have a win over LSU on their resume. This loss to Michigan does not by any means eliminate them from consideration for the college football playoff. They have a lot to play for. I'm going to lay a big number with USC. I think they are going to boat race them on Saturday. So I'm going to lay the 15.5 with the USC Trojans and Lincoln Riley because, did I say this already? Wisconsin's bad.
Like don't have a quarterback, don't have an identity, don't have a run game, don't have a defense, bad.
Luke Fickell ain't it, bad. Like, that's it. That's
what he blew his shot. I'm calling it now. Should have stayed at Cincy. It would have been fantastic. I'm bypassing a couple ones. I just want to, on my way to my pick, Dan, I just want to point out to you, Kansas Jayhawks, really weird team. We thought great quarterback play, great team. They have not lived up to it. They're only 1.5 point favorite to TCU and Sonny Dykes, who got absolutely handled by SMU, kicked out of his own freaking gosh darn stadium.
Yeah. Well, while his crosstown rival was just kicking his behind, like ugly for TCU.
Ugly. Daniel, another one, just keep your eye on that. I don't get what's going on with it. The most unwatchable game of the entire day. Oklahoma Sooners, Auburn Tigers, Daniel.
Just an absolute filth bucket.
2.5 points is that spread. They just said these teams suck. We're going to give the home SEC team the adequate 2.5, and we're going to call it a day and walk away.
Auburn's going to win this game. If you've ever watched college football before, then you know that Auburn's going to win this game.
Auburn's winning this game. Okay, but all that being said, I'm not doing any of that, Daniel. I'm not going anywhere near that. Here's where I'm going, and I don't know. I don't know if this is the right choice. I don't know what I should be doing with this, but the Utes are a good team that have played very poorly this entire year. They're 4-0,
sure,
which is like, hey, that's a good record.
Yeah,
not losing any games is good. But if you look at their scores of these games and the people they played, Oklahoma State 3-point win, Utah State 21-38, Baylor, bad Baylor team 23-12. These games are pretty close, and especially last week against Oklahoma State on the road. They come back home and they play Arizona. Arizona got an offense, Daniel. They got some plays. The point spread is 11. It's come down. It started off at 11.5, came down to 11. Give me the Wildcats getting the 11 points on the road. I'm not taking the Utes with this one. Give me Arizona State or Arizona Wildcats catching 11 points to the Utes.
Tough place to play. I'm certainly not going to fight you, but I did not want any part of that. All right, I got 3 more. I'm going to rattle them off pretty rapid fire.
Yep.
Until proven otherwise, all Stanford does is keep winning games.
That's all they do, Daniel.
That's what they do. Okay. They're 21.5 point dog to Clemson. Okay. I know what Clemson did last week. If Wisconsin played NC State, listen, Wisconsin would blow them out. That's how bad NC State is. So I think Clemson's pretty good. They're certainly better than any team that Alabama's played this year. Check back with me tomorrow for things I'm excited about. But Stanford, is a scrappy football team. They're a tough, physical, running football team. I think they can keep this game close. 21.5 points. All right. I'm gonna
really quick before you keep rattling off. My last lock is in fact the Cardinal keeping this game close. You saw them against Syracuse. The quarterback wide receiver combo and the tough identity they have on defense, that linebacker running around, I think they keep this game close. Give me Stanford as well as my final lock.
Unison there. I'm going to go to Liberty App State, Clint.
Oh, here we
go. Game of the day. Okay. App State's defense is atrocious. Let's go back to Clemson for a second, if we could. They put the hurt on App State. Well, it turns out everybody's putting the hurt on App State because they're just not a good football team. Liberty, on the other hand, is watching all these other Group of 5 teams. Boise State, Texas State. All of these other Group of 5 teams are playing against these power conference teams. Liberty doesn't have any of those games on their schedule. To make the college football playoff, Liberty not only has to go 12-0, Clint, they need some style points. App State has a terrible defense. I do not trust Liberty as a football team to cover this spread, but over 63.5 in Liberty App State. That's where I'm going to go. Over 63.5. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game. I think both teams could be in the 30s. I think Liberty could get to 50. So over 63.5 there. And then my last one of the day. Okay. Sometimes you just got to bite the bullet.
Here we go.
I know that Notre Dame lost to NIU. I know that they did. I watched the game. But Louisville ain't played nobody, Clint.
Nobody.
They have not played anybody, Clint. Notre Dame has played somebody. They are tested. This game is at home for Notre Dame. They are the more tested, more proven team. I'm going to lay 6.5 with the Irish at home against Louisville. I just don't think Louisville's going to be up for the challenge. Notre Dame knows that they've got to run the table to make the college football playoff. I think they get the win. I think they cover the spread. That's my last lock of the day.
Love that lock. He is Daniel. I am Clint. This is Locked On Bulldogs, part of your everyday routine of getting to know the UGA. This is for fans, by fans. Be here the entire week as we move up to Saturday and come back for the overreaction show because we're going to be all manner of lunacy.
Clint will be in his home because he won't be allowed in public for that one. He will be in his home.
I will be chaining myself to the couch and not allowing myself to leave. We'll see y'all then.
See ya.